Ah yes, the A7V, the absolute unit of World War I. Germany took one look at the British and French tanks and said, yeah, we can do that, but make it a brick house on tracks. Welcome back tankers, today we're diving into the history of the A7V, the first German tank, also known as the bare minimum response to Allied armour. And after that, we'll be taking the steel beast into War Thunder's Great War event to see if it can still hold its own. Spoiler alert, it's actually terrifyingly good. World War I was supposed to be all about trenches, mud, and the occasional bayonet charge. Then the British dropped the Mark I tank onto the battlefield in 1916, and suddenly everything changed. Germany, not wanting to be left behind, started to work on their own tank. Enter the A7V, Germany's first and only tank to enter the Great War. And by only, I mean they had a grand total of 20. Yep, 20, that's it. Talk about a limited edition collector's item. The A7V was, for a lack of a better term, a land battleship. This thing had 30mm of armor at the front, basically invincible against small arms fire. It was armed with a 57mm Maxim Nordenfeld cannon and up to 6 MG08 machine guns. And if you think your War Thunder crew is cramped, imagine being one of the 18 men stuffed inside this rolling oven. Yes, you heard me right, 18 guys, all of them trying to work in what I can only assume was the worst carpool situation in history. Despite its intimidating looks, the A7V had a bit of a, shall we say, personality problem. It was top heavy, had a questionable suspension and could get stuck in rough terrain easier than a beginner War Thunder player in a ditch. But when it did work, it packed a punch. The A7V took part in the first ever tank-on-tank battle in 1918, proving that yes, Germany could make tanks scary even back then. Germany originally planned to build 100 A7Vs, but wartime production constraints and material shortages meant they only finished 20. These tanks were first deployed in March 1918 and saw action in several battles, most notably at Saint-Quentin. Unlike British tanks, which were designed to cross trenches, the A7V was more of a mobile fortress, best suited for open terrain and infantry support. It had a high profile, making it an easy target, but its firepower and armor gave it a fighting chance if it could avoid rough terrain. By the way, if you're looking for a deep dive into the history of the A7V and other legendary tanks, check out Tank Encyclopedia. It's an incredible resource with detailed write-ups, historical context, and amazing illustrations. I'll leave a link in the description so you can explore more about this beast. Alright, enough history. It's time to take the steel sausage into War Thunder's Great War event. Now the A7V in-game is actually kind of terrifying. Decent armor, a solid gun, and just enough speed to make it to the battle before the match ends. Let's see what we can do.
This thing is this is the first German tank, right? The A7V. Boom!
Oh,
that's the...
There
we go. Oh!
So the funny thing about the
Whoa!
A7V is just how heavy it is.
Boom! Another one goes, boys! We have ourselves the first German tank! Oh yes, baby. This is definitely the one. Boom! The French Chamons are just absolutely getting decimated right now. And this thing is an absolute beast on the field. Look at it go!
The A7V's firepower is immediately noticeable. Despite its cumbersome frame, the tank delivers powerful shots with a main cannon, while the multiple MG08 machine guns provide excellent suppressive fire. Operating inside the tank, however, would have been a grueling experience. Its cramped interior and high heat making it an incredibly uncomfortable battlefield environment.
Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Finally got one of those badasses. Nice. Yeah, that was a very interesting angle.
Saint Chamon currently shooting at me.
Got him.
Yes, yes, there is. It's not me from across the map.
Right, let's go. Let's go.
Right, so there's an unsavory dude right there.
Unsavory.
Yeah.
I've been taking off all of these other problems right now. Swing it in there, boys. Oh, that's a hit. That's a hit. Oh! Okay, I'm out. Yeah, what's up? Sorry.
You survived.
Yes, I did.
So what I'm looking forward to is getting that detail that says because the only surviving original A7V in the entire world.
Oh, its back's open to me. Its back's open to me, boys. Swing it in! On his ass! On his ass! Fire! 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 Yes! Swing it down!
So, how do you play the A7V in War Thunder? Here are 4 key tips to maximize its potential. Face your enemies head on. Your frontal armor is the strongest part of the tank. Try to engage enemies directly to make the most of your protection while avoiding exposing your weaker sides.
And now I'm getting hit by something else. Give me the aim. Got him. I think that whole crew's dead now. Come on, repair yourself. Okay. I think I'm going to move over to the B point. How can I not resist? Oh, what an absolute perler.
Use your speed to get into position. While the A7V isn't the fastest tank in the game, it moves surprisingly well for its size. Use its mobility to take strong positions before enemies can react, rather than lagging behind in open fields.
Bombets! Move! We're waiting. 2 men strong. We take this carcass of a whatever this is. Try and get it to the B points and maybe get some recruits. But I think you can only get one member. Like, how does that work with a crew of 18? Oh, the British has got this massive plane. Oh, yes, get past.
Support your team with suppressive fire. With multiple machine guns at your disposal, you can look down areas and provide covering fire for your teammates. This is especially useful for taking up enemy advances and securing objectives.
Look at this guy. Got him! This thing's also an anti-air with all of its damn old submersible, it's machine guns that's actually attached to it as well.
The A7V has been very remarkable and impressive thus far, but that's just the Great War event. How will this tank perform in standard battles at a 1.0 battle rating? Will its armor still stand strong, or will it struggle against the more mobile interwar vehicles? Only time will tell, but in its intended setting, the A7V is an absolute powerhouse. So what did we learn today? 1. The A7V was Germany's first attempt at tank warfare, and while it wasn't perfect, it did its job. 2. In War Thunder, it's actually a beast. Just don't let anything get around you. 3. 18 people in one tank is probably the worst commute in history. And 4. If you play it right, face forward, use terrain, and don't get outflanked, the A7V can be an absolute nightmare for the enemy. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more tank content, and let me know what you think of the A7V in the comments. Now if you excuse me, I need to go cool off, because I swear just playing this thing made me feel like I was inside of an oven. See you at the next one. Good night.